I'm just looking at this.
Mahesh Singh is the director of the Gir National Park. For 10 years, he's been trying to enforce the protection project he himself set up. It was in 1990 that lions in search of new territory first crossed the western boundary of the park and established a satellite population.
This is the Gir area, and this road is passed through.
Mahesh has just been informed of a lioness and her cubs that have taken up residence in the thin strip of jungle running along the coast of the Arabian Sea. Mike decides to check it out, as it would be very rare to find lions living by the sea. Gujarat has 1,000 kilometers of coastline on the Arabian Sea, of which a part is made up of the Gir forest. The locals have been finding lion tracks on the beach for some time now. In this part of the world, lions have always lived in close proximity to man. But the fact that this beach neighbors the largest cement factory in the country makes these particular lions a serious problem. After several hours of waiting, the lioness appears. And she's accompanied by her cubs. They've set up home among the dense acacia trees that run along the coast. Here, as elsewhere, their main occupation is the search for food. Local fishermen are worried, as they have often spotted the lions at night while they're on their way home from the fish market. Panic is not yet widespread, but there is a great deal of concern. Mike realizes something must be done. The lions have established a territory which is completely unsuitable for their needs.
darker, heavier, and also have adapted themselves.
The government has agreed to reintroduce the lion to certain parts of India. For the project to succeed, careful organization and long-term planning are needed. Mike feels these lions are good candidates for the relocation program.
Those were nice.
It's important for Mike to study the lion's behavior in order to ascertain how best to capture them and how they will adapt once relocated.
This is the same fellow. He's got some billiard here. These are decent. And I'm getting a beard, see?
The lions take advantage of the little shade remaining under the acacias. Another theory about the Asiatic lion's mane is that it is smaller than its African cousins in order to cope with the extreme heat. During this season, lions use up much of their body fluids trying to stay cool. So the best answer is inactivity. And lions, like all big cats, can sleep for 15 hours a day. During the 1960s, there were 2 attempts to reintroduce the lion into a neighboring reserve, but both projects failed. After several years, the lions had completely disappeared, probably the victims of poachers.
So this is a complete range that...
This time, the government has decided to open a new reserve to the northwest of Gir in the region of Bardey. There, 500 square kilometers of jungle will offer a similar environment to that of the Gir forest, although presently there's not enough fauna to sustain many lions. So, to ensure the lion's survival, deer and wild boar will also be introduced. But before the lions arrive, it is even more important to move out the human populations. This part of the project will soon be finished. Mike is convinced that the project will be a success and that one day the hills of Bardey will resound to the roar of a new population of lions. One year later, Murad and Mike are on the lookout in the shade of a banyan tree. They are back at the Raidi waterhole. The lioness Asha appears through the long grass. Her 3 cubs have grown. They're probably big enough to be relocated in the new Bardey reserve. At the turn of the century, an enlightened Maharaja just managed to save the Asiatic lion. The lion's first battle was won. Now, they face another equally important battle. If it is to survive, the Asiatic lion must be found a new realm.
के साथ हर मोड़ पर